G'day guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, we're going to teach you how to play a fingerstyle arrangement of Save Your Tears by The Weeknd, which is really a lot of fun and sounds great. Now, if you want an easy strummed way of playing this song, I'll also have a lesson for that. The link is in the description below. But for this fingerstyle arrangement, you'll just need your guitar's standard tuning and you won't need a capo. Now, if you want to check out more fingerstyle lessons like this, then check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course, and it has dozens of other fingerstyle arrangements as well. Okay, so let's start with our fingerpicking basics. Now, generally, our thumb will take care of the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings, and our index, middle, and ring finger will take care of the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings respectively. Ideally, they shouldn't pluck any other strings other than the ones they've been assigned to. Let's start with the intro, which is really nice and easy. There's just one line of tab here, and it's based around a C chord. And we're just going to be plucking out 8th notes here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're going to start with the 5th string, or the bass note, then 4th string, and then 3rd and 2nd, and then back to 4th string. That's our 4-note picking pattern, and we're just going to repeat that twice for 1 bar. Now that bar is repeated through 4 times, and that's it for the intro. Really nice and simple. All right, next we get to verse number 1, and there's 4 lines of tab here. So we're going to maintain our C chord shape here, and we're going to start with the 5th string, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. So those first 4 plucks. And then we're going to pinch the 5th and 2nd strings together, the 2nd string by itself, hold that out for 1 beat, and then we're going to pluck that 2nd string 1 more time. So in total for the first bar. After that final pluck on the 2nd string, we're going to go straight to an A minor. You're going to hit the open 5th string, or the bass note, and then the 2nd string, and then a pinch of the 4th and 2nd, and then the 3rd string. So those 4 plucks. And then we're going to pinch the 5th and 2nd strings together. And then with the pinky finger, go on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then lift our index and pinky finger and hit the open 2nd string. So in total for this bar. And then from this position, keep your middle finger where it is, and then we're going to pivot to an E minor chord. So index finger will need to go onto the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And we're going to pluck the open 6th string, 4th, 3rd, and then 2nd, and then pinch the 6th and 2nd, pluck the 2nd string again, hold that out for a beat, and then 1 more pluck on the 2nd string. So this bar. For the 4th bar, we're just going to take our ring finger and put on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. You're going to pluck that, and then the open 3rd, pinch the 4th and 3rd strings together, then the open 3rd by itself, so that first 4 plucks, and then we'll pinch the 6th and 2nd strings, and with your index finger hit the 1st fret of the 2nd string twice. So this bar. And in total for the first line and tab. Now the second line of tab is almost identical, but there's one little difference, and it's in the A minor bar. So the 2nd bar of this line. So when we go to this A minor, I'm going to go bass note and then 3rd string instead of 2nd string. That's the only difference. So the 2nd line of tab. For the 3rd line of tab, we have our C chord. We're going to pluck the 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd and back to 4th string. And then we're going to go bass note, and then with our pinky finger, 3rd fret of the 1st string, we're going to pinch the 4th and 1st strings together. And then lift your pinky, open 1st string, and pinky comes back down onto that 3rd fret for 1 more pluck. So those second 4 notes. So that bar in total. Then we'll quickly go to an A minor chord, pinch the 5th and 1st strings together, 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, and then 5th, and then with your pinky finger go onto the 3rd fret of the 1st string, and then 4th and 3rd strings. So that bar. With your pinky finger on the 3rd fret, just quickly slide it up to the 5th fret, and for this next bar we'll pinch the 6th and 1st strings together, lift your pinky, hit the open 1st string, and as you lift it you can get into the next position, which is just the E minor, and you'll pinch the 4th and 1st strings and then 3rd string. So those first 4 plucks, and then 6th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. So this bar in total. And then we'll go to a G chord, so just ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string and pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. You're going to pinch the 6th and 1st strings together, and then 4th string, and then with your index finger go down the 1st fret of the 1st string, pluck that, and then go back to the 4th string. So those first 4 plucks. Then we'll lift our index finger, pinch the 6th and open 1st string, then 4th string, index finger comes back down on the 1st fret of the 1st string, pluck that, and then lift it and hit the open 1st string. So the second 4 plucks, and that bar in total. And this 3rd line of tab. The 4th line of tab is almost identical to the 3rd line of tab with the exception of the 2nd bar. So when we go to this A minor, we're going to start the same way with the pinch of the 5th and open 1st strings, and then go 4th string, 3rd string, but then our pinky finger will go onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, pluck that. So the first 4 plucks. And then we'll go bass note, 4th string, 3rd string, and then your pinky will go up to the 3rd fret of the 1st string and pluck that. And that's the only difference. So that 2nd bar. And the 4th line of tab in total. And that's it for verse number 1. So at 75 and 100% speed, this is what it's going to sound like. Alright, so next we get to verse number 2, and it's close to verse number 1 with a few minor variations. So the first line of tab is identical to the second line of tab of verse number 1. So we've already learnt that. For the next line and tab, we go back to our C. Our first 4 plucks are the same, so 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. Then we're going to pinch the 5th and 1st strings, and then with the pinky finger go onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, pluck that once, hold that out for a beat, and pluck it another time. So this bar. Then we go to our A minor chord shape. We're going to hit the bass note, 2nd string, then pinch the 4th and 2nd, and then 3rd string. So, and then pinch the 5th and 2nd strings, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then the open 2nd string. So the 2nd bar. The 3rd bar is identical to the 3rd bar in the first line and tab. Then we go to our G chord. Our first 4 plucks are the same. And then we're going to pinch the 6th and 2nd strings, 1st fret of the 2nd string, pluck it again, and then hammer onto the 3rd fret with your pinky finger. And then quickly go back to the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So that bar. And the second line of tab in total. Now the 3rd and 4th line of tab are almost identical to the 3rd and 4th line of tab of the first verse, with the exception of the final bar. So for the final bar, the first 4 plucks are identical to what we had in the last verse. Then we'll pinch the 6th and 1st strings. Then we'll pinch the 6th and open 1st strings together. 4th string, pinky finger comes onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then your index finger will bar across the 1st fret of the 1st and 2nd string, and you'll hit that 1st string. So, and that will take us to our next chord, which is a D minor 7 for the pre-chorus. But that's everything for verse 2, which will sound like this at 75 and 100% speed. Next we get to the pre-chorus. So from the last part of the verse, we had our index finger barred across the 1st fret of the 1st and 2nd strings. Now you'll just put the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and we're on a D minor chord shape like this. You're going to pluck the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 3rd. And then for the second group of 4 notes, your pinky finger will come on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, pinch the 4th and 1st strings, and then the 1st string again, and then 3rd, and then lift your pinky finger, rotate your index finger, and then hit the open 1st string. So that bar. For the next bar, it's based around an A minor, but we are just going to stay in this shape to make it easier. We're going to start by pinching the 5th and 2nd string, but your pinky finger will come on the 3rd fret of that 2nd string. Pinch that, and then the 3rd, and then lift your pinky finger, and then hit the 2nd string and back to the 3rd string. So, and and then pinch the 5th and 2nd strings, and then pinky finger comes back down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, pluck that twice. So, and in total for the first 2 bars. And then for our next bar, we'll go to an F chord. So keeping your index and middle finger where they are, put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, pinch the 4th and 2nd strings, then the 3rd, and then the 2nd, and then 3rd. So, and then your pinky finger will come onto the 3rd fret of the 1st string, pinch the 4th and 1st strings, pluck the 1st string, and then slide it up to the 5th fret. Then index finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, lift your pinky finger and hit the open 1st string. So that set of 4 notes, and a bar in total. Then you're going to shift to a G position like this, ring and pinky finger on the 3rd frets of the 6th and 2nd strings. And we're going to pinch the 6th, 3rd and 2nd strings together, 3rd string, and then index comes onto the 1st fret of the 2nd string, pluck that, and then middle onto the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, pluck that, back to the 2nd string, and then pinky finger 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So all of that in total. And the pre-chorus in total. Next we get to chorus number 1, and there's 2 lines of tab. We're going to start with our C. We're going to pinch the bass note, 3rd, 2nd and 1st strings all together, like that, and then pluck the 3rd and 2nd together. So each of those plucks is held out for 2 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll go to an A minor 7 chord shape, but take your pinky finger and put on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. We'll pinch the same strings, and then lift your pinky finger, open 1st string, then pinky comes onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, lift it, hit the 1st fret of the 2nd string, back to the 3rd, and then the open 2nd string. So this bar. Then we go to our E minor. Remember, just pivot around that middle finger. We're gonna go 6th string, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, hold that out for a beat, then 3rd, 4th, 3rd. So. And then we're gonna play that G bar that's in the verses, which sounds like this. So we've already learned how to play that previously in the verse. So that's it for the first line of tab, which sounds like this. Now the second line of tab is identical, except when we go to our G chord, we're going to go bass note, 4th string, 3rd and 2nd, 4th string, and then pinch of the 6th and 3rd and 2nd strings together, and then stop. So like that. So chorus number 1, it will sound like this. Now the first line of tab is identical to the first line of tab of verse number 2. So when we get to our second line of tab, we go to our C. First 4 plucks are the same. Then we're going to pinch the 5th and open 1st strings. Pinky finger goes onto the 3rd fret of the 1st string, pluck that twice, pluck it one more time, but slide up to the 5th. And that bar in total. Then we're going to quickly go to our A minor chord shape, hit the bass note, open 1st, then pinch the 4th and 1st strings, pinky finger comes onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then you can lift it, pinch the open 5th and open 1st, 3rd fret of the 1st string, and then the open 1st string. So this bar, and one more time. And then the 3rd and 4th bar are identical to the 3rd and 4th bar in verse number 2 of the 2nd line of tab. So the 2nd line of tab in total. And then the 3rd and 4th lines of tab are identical to the 3rd and 4th lines of tab in the 2nd verse. So nothing new to learn there. So verse 3 at 75 and 100% speed will sound like this. Next we get to pre-chorus number 2, and it's really close to pre-chorus number 1, but we're adding another line of tab here. So the 2nd line of tab is identical to pre-chorus number 1, but for the 1st line of tab, in this final bar, we'll add a few notes. So we're going to go to this G, pluck that, the open 3rd string, then the 1st fret of the 2nd string, put your middle finger down on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, pluck that, and then we'll pinch the 6th and 2nd strings together. And then pinky finger comes onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and that gets held out. There's no pause here. So this final bar, the 1st line of tab. And in total for the pre-chorus. Next we get to chorus number 2, and chorus number 2 is really simple because it's just the 1st line of tab of chorus number 1 repeated through twice, so nothing new to learn there. Next we get to the bridge, and there's 2 lines of tab here. It's based around the 3rd and 4th lines of tab for the verses, so we'll start with the C chord. We're just going to strum this, and then with our pinky finger hit the 3rd fret of the 1st string, open 1st string, and then 3rd fret of the 1st string. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then we'll go to our A minor 7 chord. We'll strum that, and then with the pinky finger hit the 3rd fret of the 1st string. For the 3rd bar, we'll take that pinky up to the 5th fret of the 1st string, pinch the 6th and 1st strings, then the open 1st string, and then go to an E minor and strum that. So this 3rd bar, and then this final bar is similar to what we had in the So the first line tab. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. For the second line tab, our first bar is identical to the first line tab. And then we go to our A-7, strum that. 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then 3rd fret of the 1st string, and the 3rd bar is identical. And then we go to our G chord, bass note, 4th, 3rd, 4th, and down, up, mute. So the final bar. And the final thing we need to learn is the last chorus, which is similar to the other choruses, but with a little bit of a difference. So the first 2 bars change a little bit. There's a little bit more involved there. So we're going to start with our C. We're going to start with the pinch of the 5th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings, and then 4th string, 3rd, and 4th. So those first 4 plucks. Then we'll pinch the 5th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, and then 4th, 3rd, and 4th strings. So that first bar. Then we'll go to our A-7, but with the pinky finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Then the 4th string, lift the pinky finger, open 1st string, and then pinky comes onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So that's first 4 plucks. And then you'll lift your pinky finger, pinch the 5th and 2nd strings, pinky finger comes back down, and then the open 2nd string. So this bar. And then the 3rd and 4th bar are identical to the 3rd and 4th bar in the other choruses. And in total, the final chorus sounds like this. And that's just repeated again and again until the end of the song. And those are all the parts that you need to learn for this fingerstyle arrangement. So now I'll be doing a full playthrough of this fingerstyle arrangement. So feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here. Or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.